Hey guys, so today I am doing my foundation routine. This is just what I usually do every day. I've done this has been like my foundation routine for probably the last month or two, and I love it. I really don't think I'll change again because I really like this one. And this is a foundation routine for an extremely long wearing foundation. The foundation I use is an amazing foundation that lasts forever. So it's really nice. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Let me get my brush really quick. It fell on the floor. Okay, so the foundation I use is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light in the color Intensity 1. They do have the regular Double Wear, which has more coverage, and it has 20 some shades. I'm not exactly how many sure, but like 20 some shades. So if you want more coverage, you can use that one. But this one has a medium coverage, and it lasts for at least 15 hours on the skin, which is great. So I've already moisturized my skin with Estee Lauder's Day Wear Moisturizer. And so I have some foundation on the back of my hand. I'm going to use this. This is the Estee Lauder Foundation Brush 1. I'm using a lot of Estee Lauder because I work for Estee Lauder and at a counter. And I get like gratis from them, so I'm able to use their products for free, but everybody who works at Estee Lauder gets to do that. And I just like their stuff. I don't know. It's not all Estee Lauder. Anyways, get back to it. So I start on my cheek, and I usually like to first focus on right next to my nose, because that's where I really need foundation. I don't need foundation over here really, because I don't have any blemishes or anything over here, but I do have a lot of redness and freckles right here next to my nose and on the top of my cheekbone, so that's really where I focus it. So put it on one side, and then I'll do it on the other side. Again, focusing next to my nose. Like I said, this is a lighter coverage. It's actually a medium coverage, they call it, and it definitely is. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be a lot more sheer than it actually is, but it surprisingly has some coverage to it, so that's nice. And then I'll start on my chin. The finish to this is like a satiny finish. It gives a little life to your face, which I like. It's not completely matte. The double wear, the regular double wear, is more of a matte finish. So I would say if you have oily skin, they're both going to work. Double wear is for all skin types, but the regular double wear might be better because it has more of that matte finish to it. And for reference, I have extremely dry skin, and this works completely fine for me, but I know a lot of customers of mine have very oily skin and they use this and it works fine for them too. So again, it's like all skin types. Okay, so I basically got that all over my face, just about everywhere. Alright, so after that is done, I want to let that sit in for a little while, so it can kind of like soak in and really, you know, get set up on my face. So next I'll do my under eye concealer, and for that I use the Bobbi Brown system. So first I use the corrector in Porcelain Bisque. This is the lightest corrector, and I'll just put that like in this little pocket right here under my eye. I'm going to be a little more careful today during this video because I already did my eye makeup, so I don't want to mess it up. And usually I would put it right in here also, so I'm just going to do a little bit because I already did that beforehand because I knew I'd be putting makeup on top of it. So yeah, just like that. I'll do the same to the other side. And at first I was a little hesitant to buy the system, like the two with the corrector and the concealer, because I had originally thought that was basically kind of gimmicky for them to be able to sell more, you know, more concealers by saying that you have to use two. But after using just the concealer by itself and then using the corrector with it, I can definitely tell the corrector does make a big difference. So I like that. So for the concealer, I use the color Porcelain, which is the lightest concealer. And I have the duo with the powder. I would say, if I could recommend to you guys, don't get the duo with the powder because the powder looks really cakey and I feel like it gets into lines and it looks like crap. I use my own powder because I like it better. Get this mirror out of the way. Yeah, I don't like the powder in here. And it costs like $12 more for the little powder. So, yeah, I think that's kind of a waste. So, I would say definitely just get the one with the concealer in it. Unless you like the powder. To each their own. I don't like it. Alright, so I'm just patting that on top. And I don't use a lot, just like a little dab. Good. So that is done. And next I will be using some powder. Now the powder I use is the Benefit Powderflage. This stuff is great. I feel like, I don't know if this is a silicone-based powder. I'm not sure. All I know is that it doesn't get into the lines. And even though I am young, I do have little lines under my eyes. And this stuff is great. It conceals them even more. So like it helps because it's kind of pink. So it kind of helps to conceal them even more. Unfortunately, I think if you put this on someone with a darker skin tone, it would just look really ashy. So I think they need to make one for darker skin tones. Because I feel like, you know, people with darker skin tones really can't use this. But otherwise it is really nice. It's really soft. You know, I know a lot of people talk about like a soft focus finish that some things do. I think this does that. It kind of gives a soft focus, kind of blurs things. So yeah. Next, I set my foundation with powder. Now, I don't conceal little blemishes on my face because I find that when I try to put concealer on top of them to get rid of them, that it just makes them more visible. So I don't conceal like little things on my face anymore. So I will be using for powder the best powder I've ever used. Now I know a lot of people find that say that this breaks them out. I think lucky for me it doesn't break me out. I think you should definitely give it a try because it's amazing. And it is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish Natural. And I use the color, oops, I'm losing my voice. I use the color medium. I use this color because they're very sheer, so it's not really going to look crazy like I'm wearing like a really dark powder on my face. And it gives me just the littlest bit of color, so that's what I like because I'm so pale. And I use that on a Hakuhodo S102 brush. And I like this brush because it is so soft that it gives you a really sheer dusting of the powder, which is nice. So it never looks like cakey or anything. And I don't think it's possible for this powder to look cakey, honestly. Like, this stuff is just amazing. So, yep. And I'll put some on my chin. And I basically just put this everywhere except right underneath my eyes. Because when I do that, this powder, since it does give me a little color, it kind of contours my face because it's like darker here, but this is lighter. And it kind of, because it is a little darker, I feel like it brightens up my under eye area because the rest of my face gets a little bit of color except for under my eyes, so it kind of brightens it up. So yeah, just put that everywhere. And that is it for foundation. Now, every day, no matter what colors I wear on my eyes or whatever, I will contour my face with the same thing. And I use the Bone Beige contour powder. This is MAC Pro. So you would have to get this by calling or going to a MAC store. You can call the number that they have online or go to a MAC store. I went to the MAC Pro store. in New York City and got this, unless you are a Mac Pro, and then obviously you can get it whenever. But yeah, I had to go to the first store to get it. So I used that on a 109, and I just, you know, put it down the side of my face. I already have pretty well-defined cheekbones, but I like to do this anyway because I just love contour. So I'll just put it down my cheek a little bit. Like that, and you can see it just really shapes your face, and I love the way it looks. And then I will put a little bit on my temple here and bring it up just a little bit. And you can see that really, like, it really kind of makes your face look really nice and angular, if you want to use that word. Just put a little more over here. Just like that. And you can see, like, what a big difference that makes. It makes it so, I don't know, pretty. I don't know. Anyways, so that's what I do for that. Now for blush, it really depends what eye look I'm wearing. Then I will choose what blush I wear. So yeah, so that's going to change up every day, so it's not the same. But all these steps are what I do for my face every day for a nice, long-wearing foundation that, and it really, you know, covers really well, I think. So yeah, that is it. I really love this combination. This foundation is just ridiculous, amazing. So I would say go get your hands on it. It is a little more pricey. This is $34, but you don't need a lot of it. And I mean, it's cheaper than, like, you know, the NARS and that kind of thing, but the same range of most higher end foundations. So yeah. So thank you for watching. I really hoped you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.